Top 20 Debt Collector Interview Questions and Answers. Are you preparing for a debt collector interview and want to stand out from the competition? In this video, we'll cover the top 20 debt collector interview questions and answers that hiring managers actually ask. Whether you're new to the role or have years of experience, these insights will help you respond with confidence, handle tough scenarios, and showcase your negotiation skills. Don't miss these essential tips to land your next debt collection job. 1. Can you describe your experience in debt collection? I have over 10 years of experience in debt collection, working with both consumer and commercial accounts. My role involved contacting debtors, negotiating payment plans, and maintaining accurate account records. I consistently met collection targets and was often recognized for professionalism and persistence. I've handled early-stage collections as well as aged debt, and I'm skilled at using CRM systems like Name software for tracking communication and payments. My ability to balance assertiveness with empathy has allowed me to build rapport with debtors while recovering owed amounts effectively and legally. 2. How do you handle a customer who becomes aggressive or emotional? When a debtor becomes aggressive or emotional, I stay calm and professional. I listen actively to understand their concerns and avoid interrupting. I acknowledge their frustration and aim to de-escalate by speaking in a calm, respectful tone. If needed, I'll offer to reschedule the call or escalate to a supervisor. I ensure all interactions follow compliance guidelines and document the incident accurately. Emotional intelligence and empathy help me manage such situations while keeping focus on collection goals. Maintaining professionalism ensures I protect both the company's reputation and the individual's dignity. 3. What steps do you take before initiating contact with a debtor? Before contacting a debtor, I thoroughly review the account history, outstanding balance, payment attempts, and any previous communications. I confirm the accuracy of the debt and ensure it complies with legal regulations. I also check for updated contact information and verify the correct party to avoid third-party disclosure violations. Preparing this background helps tailor my communication, build trust, and answer any immediate questions the debtor might have. I also plan my approach based on the debtor's profile, whether they're likely to respond to a friendly reminder or require more assertive follow-up. 4. How do you stay organized while managing multiple accounts? I rely on CRM systems and collection software to track account statuses, payment schedules, follow-up reminders, and communication history. I use color-coded labels and daily task lists to prioritize accounts based on urgency, balance, or risk. Detailed notes on each call or email ensure continuity in future conversations. I allocate specific times of day for follow-ups, new contacts, and administrative tasks to stay efficient. This systematic approach prevents errors and missed deadlines while ensuring timely and respectful contact with all debtors, even when managing a high volume of accounts. 5. What strategies do you use to convince people to pay their debts? I focus on building trust and understanding the debtor's situation. I communicate clearly, explain the debt details, and offer realistic repayment options. Empathy is key. I listen without judgment, then propose solutions like payment plans or settlements that fit their financial situation. I stress the benefits of resolving the debt, such as credit improvement or avoiding legal action. My tone is persuasive yet respectful. I also ensure they understand the consequences of non-payment, always within legal boundaries. This balance of empathy, clarity, and assertiveness helps in successful debt recovery. 6. How do you ensure compliance with collection laws like the FDCPA? I stay informed on the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, FDCPA, and all relevant local and federal regulations. I never disclose information to third parties and always verify I'm speaking with the right person. I avoid calling outside permitted hours and ensure my language remains professional, without threats or harassment. My communication is transparent, stating the debt amount, creditor, and the right to dispute. I document every interaction and regularly attend compliance training. Following these protocols not only protects debtors but also shields the company from legal issues. 7. What methods do you use to locate debtors? I use skip tracing techniques, including database searches, credit reports, and social media tools. I cross-reference addresses, phone numbers, and employment records through public databases and sometimes use third-party agencies when permitted. I also review prior payment sources and contact information collected during the original transaction. All my efforts respect privacy laws and FDCPA guidelines. I prioritize accuracy and discretion to locate debtors effectively without breaching ethical or legal boundaries. Thorough research before contact often leads to more productive conversations and higher recovery success rates. 8. How do you handle situations where a debtor refuses to pay? If a debtor refuses to pay, I try to understand their reasons, whether financial hardship, dispute, or lack of willingness. I listen actively and attempt to resolve any misunderstandings or disputes. If it's financial difficulty, I negotiate a feasible payment arrangement or settlement. If they're simply uncooperative, I remind them of the debt's legitimacy and potential consequences while remaining professional and compliant. Persistent follow-up, combined with clear documentation and escalation to legal teams when needed, ensures the account is handled effectively without violating regulations. 9. Describe a time you successfully recovered a difficult debt. In one case, I managed a 6-month-old account where the debtor had stopped responding due to job loss. I contacted them respectfully, acknowledged their hardship, and offered a flexible payment plan with reduced monthly amounts. They appreciated the understanding and agreed to the terms. Over the next few months, they consistently paid, eventually clearing the balance. My empathy, patience, and ability to tailor the repayment structure to their situation helped resolve what initially seemed like a lost cause. It reinforced the value of human connection in collections. 10. How do you handle payment arrangements and negotiations? I begin by assessing the debtor's financial capability and willingness to pay. I listen to their situation and suggest realistic options, such as monthly installments or partial settlements. I ensure any agreement aligns with company policy and is clearly documented in writing. I explain the terms, consequences of default, and confirm their understanding. I also remain flexible and open to revising plans if their situation changes. My goal is to secure a commitment that works for both the debtor and the company while maintaining a positive, respectful relationship. 11. What role does empathy play in your debt collection approach? Empathy is essential in debt collection because it helps build trust and open communication. By understanding the debtor's situation, I can tailor my approach to find solutions that work for both parties. Empathy allows me to de-escalate tense conversations and show that I'm here to help, not judge. When debtors feel respected and heard, they're more likely to cooperate and commit to a payment plan. While maintaining professionalism, empathy helps me recover debt without damaging relationships or violating compliance guidelines. It's a tool that enhances both results and reputation. 12. How do you prioritize high-risk accounts? I prioritize high-risk accounts based on aging, balance size, payment history, and potential legal implications. Accounts nearing charge-off or with large outstanding amounts get immediate attention. I use CRM filters to tag such accounts and schedule early day calls to maximize contact chances. Accounts with disputes or previous broken promises also move higher on my list. I maintain detailed notes and monitor these accounts closely, ensuring timely follow-ups. By staying proactive and organized, I can address high-risk accounts strategically to minimize losses and increase recovery rates. 13. What software tools or CRM systems have you used for collections? I've worked with a variety of collection tools and CRM systems including TLOXP, Experian Collection Suite, FICO Debt Manager, and custom platforms like Salesforce. These tools help track account status, payment history, and communication logs efficiently. I also use auto-dialers, skip tracing software, and databases for debtor information. Familiarity with Microsoft Excel helps me analyze data and monitor KPIs. Using these systems, I streamline workflows, stay compliant, and enhance recovery rates by making data-driven decisions and timely contact with debtors. 14. How do you keep track of your performance metrics? I monitor metrics such as recovery rate, call volume, right party contact rate, and promise to pay conversion. Most CRMs have dashboards to track these automatically. I review my daily and weekly performance reports to identify trends or areas for improvement. If a metric dips, I analyze the root cause, whether it's account quality, contact strategy, or timing, and adjust accordingly. Staying aware of my KPIs helps me stay focused, meet goals, and continually improve my effectiveness as a debt collector. Performance tracking also motivates me to remain consistent and results-driven. 15. Have you ever dealt with fraudulent debt claims? How did you handle them? Yes, I encountered a case where a debtor claimed identity theft. I immediately paused collections and followed internal procedures to verify the dispute. I gathered documentation from the debtor and referred the case to the fraud investigation team. I ensured all communication was documented and respectful, explaining their rights and our process. Once the claim was validated, the account was closed. If not, we resumed collections based on the outcome. My priority is always legal compliance, due process, and ensuring genuine disputes are handled fairly and accurately. 16. How do you maintain professionalism in high-stress situations? I remain calm and composed, even if the debtor becomes hostile or emotional. I remind myself that their frustration is often about their circumstances, not me personally. I focus on active listening, maintaining a neutral tone, and sticking to the facts. I avoid taking anything personally and redirect conversations to productive outcomes. If needed, I'll take a brief pause or escalate the issue. Professionalism in high-stress situations not only protects my mental well-being but also ensures positive outcomes for both the debtor and the company. 17. Can you explain the legal actions available if someone doesn't pay? If a debtor consistently refuses to pay despite repeated efforts, and internal protocols have been exhausted, legal actions may be pursued. This can include filing a civil lawsuit to obtain a judgment, which could lead to wage garnishment, bank account levies, or property liens depending on jurisdiction. Before initiating legal action, I ensure all communications and collection attempts are well documented and compliant with laws like the FDCPA. I always advise debtors of these potential consequences to encourage resolution before legal steps become necessary, preferring negotiation over litigation when possible. 18. How do you ensure all debtor communications are properly documented? I document every interaction immediately after it occurs in our CRM system, noting the date, time, communication method, and key discussion points. This includes verbal agreements, disputes, and emotional tone when relevant. I also save written communications such as emails or letters. Clear and consistent documentation protects the company legally, supports follow-up conversations, and ensures that anyone reviewing the file has a complete picture. Good record-keeping is critical for compliance and continuity, especially when multiple team members may be involved with a single account. 19. How would you handle a situation where a debtor disputes the debt? When a debtor disputes a debt, I stop collection efforts and request written documentation per the FDCPA. I provide a validation notice outlining the amount, creditor, and instructions to dispute in writing. I refer the case to the appropriate internal team to verify records and provide supporting evidence. Throughout the process, I remain professional, avoid pressuring the debtor, and ensure communication is respectful. If the debt is confirmed, I resume contact with appropriate documentation. If not, I update the system accordingly. Fair handling builds trust and avoids legal risks. 20. Why do you want to work as a debt collector for our company? I'm drawn to your company's reputation for ethical collections and results-driven approach. I enjoy the challenge of helping people resolve their debts while supporting financial recovery for the business. I believe in respectful communication and persistence, and your values align with mine. Your use of modern tools and strong compliance culture shows you value both customers and employees. I'm confident my skills in negotiation, empathy, and organization would add value to your team. Joining your company gives me an opportunity to grow professionally while contributing to meaningful outcomes. Looking to crack your next debt collector interview? Get ready with the top 20 debt collector interview questions and answers that recruiters are asking in 2025. From handling tough debtors to staying compliant with laws, we'll walk you through everything you need to know to stand out and succeed. Watch till the end to boost your confidence and land that job.